This is the moment for you to show us what is real. I remember this.
Part of me feels like I have been waiting my whole life for you.
The Matrix is back, plus a prequel sets the stage for The Kingsman, and Denzel Washington takes on Macbeth. Film critic Lonita Cook is here with us to talk about that trio of movies all playing for the holidays. And now technically no one is officially allowed to review the new Matrix until after 10 a.m., but we did get special permission today.
Yes, we did.
So The Matrix Resurrections.
The Matrix Resurrections. Okay, so I'm going to start out by prefacing this with casual viewers of The Matrix are most likely going to enjoy this new installation. However, people like me who take their Matrix very seriously, it's a little bit problematic. Okay, let's get into why it's problematic. Okay, so for that first Matrix film, that 1999 installation was so imaginative and creative. It changed the game for movie making. It just changed the world of cinema. But what it also did is introduce these philosophical ideas in a very subtle and lingering way, a way that stays with you, that's very strong. But this one kind of has some of those same things where they want to say philosophical things about how we live, how we relate, but it's not as subtle. It's a little bit on the nose. And so that part that made the movie special is off the table. Okay,
that's fair. And definitely one of those where if you haven't seen the first three, probably a good idea to go ahead and review those real quick.
Absolutely. So the plot of the new one really does rely on your knowledge of the first, second, and third ones. So you want to go back and watch that original trilogy to be prepared for this one. One thing I will say about the movie is that is positive is the performance from Jonathan Groff as the new Smith is the best thing about it. This guy is dynamite in the role.
And I think I told you before, when there's usually a sequel and they change the characters, the actors, it drives me nuts. But you said this time it's explained as to the reasoning.
Yes, it is within the plot of the story that the explanation for why there's a new Smith is there for you. So I think you'll be satisfied there.
Yeah, that definitely makes it work for sure. And obviously The Matrix, just known for the action, the special effects. This is going to be one of those that's available to view on HBO Max. Would you say this is an at-home movie, or is it go out to the movie theater and see it?
You know, it depends on the viewer. If you want to trust that you're going to love it, I would say go to the box office and see it. For somebody like me, I would just watch it online. That's what's my takeaway. Oh boy.
Well, good to know. Good to know for sure. And then we have The Kingsman to talk about.
Yes, so okay, The Kingsman. Matthew Vaughn comes back as director of this prequel to the 2014 The Kingsman Secret Service. This movie kind of suffers from the same thing the Matrix Resurrection suffers from, which is that first one was so inventive, it was so imaginative. So fun, and it's unable to sustain it here in the prequel, unfortunately. So the first one was smart, it was fun, it was so cheeky, a little risky.
Absolutely.
That's a great word for it. Here, there's a huge tonal shift where it's a little bit more dramatic. And by the end of the movie, they give you that tone that you're looking for, but it's a little late.
Makes sense. And so prequel, obviously. So is this one of those where we do need to watch the originals first, or can you kind of walk into this one without that background knowledge?
I don't think you need to see the first ones. This one stars Ralph Fiennes and up-and-comer Harris Dickinson. And so all of the cast has been overhauled and everything. So I think you can just walk in and see this one if you must see it.
Fair, totally fair. And of course, we've got Denzel Washington's new movie, The Tragedy of Macbeth. What are your thoughts on that one?
Well, okay, so Shakespeare lovers, I think this is going to be a really great adaptation to screen for The Tragedy of Macbeth. Denzel Washington is a vision in this movie. This is not Denzel Washington, the 47-year career actor. It's not the two-time Academy Award winner. It's not the mega superstar. This is Denzel Washington, the thespian. He is in his best shape, his best form. I was watching it because, you know, when we talk about Elizabethan language, I think that some actors allow that language to kind of perform them, but there are those actors that are a cut above. And Denzel here, and even Brendan Gleeson, who plays King Duncan in the movie, they are performing those characters. They are in command of that language. It's just beautiful to behold.
And it's an A24 film. Does it have that A24 vibe to it that we typically see across the board with those?
You know, this one is very theatrical in its approach and its visual approach. And I will say, we rarely talk about sound design, but in this movie, it's masterful. So just kind of the whole package, the whole production is theatrical rather than cinematic, so it allows it to be more imaginative. Yes.
Sounds like this one definitely makes it to the top of the list. Lonita, thank you so much for joining us, and happy birthday!
Girl, thank you.